Hello and welcome. In this edition we're going to be looking at how to multi-output drums from Kontakt in Reaper in an alternative way. So let's go and check it out. Okay, so I'm in Reaper. I have Kontakt up and Studio Drummer is instantiated on this track here named Studio Drummer. And I also have a MIDI clip here, a MIDI item, and that is a drum performance. So let's have a quick listen to how it sounds. Okay, and you could see the drums playing there in the animation here. So this is on the kit. Now usually, as I stated earlier at the beginning of the video, this is an alternative way to multi-track out drums in Kontakt. So any multi-track instrument you can usually pull out through the outputs here, but you've got to do this and then you've got to go through here and choose this selection here and then go through and map them all up and stuff, and to me that's just too much. I want to get going as soon as possible. That's just me, and if you like that way then that's great, keep to it. This is just an alternative way. In fact, I've got two ways I'm going to show in this video. So the first one is exploding MIDI tracks, but before we get to that I'm going to show you this action here. It's a script. It's by MPL. It's called MPL Insert Focused Effects to Selected Tracks.lua. You'll see why this comes in handy later. Okay, I've put it as an action in my main toolbar here. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to find this. So we'll go to Actions, left click, Show Action List, and in here we're going to look for Insert Effects. Okay, so Insert Effects, so this is the one here. Script, MPL Insert Focused Effects to Selected Tracks.lua. So if you want to give it a key map, you can. You can add it here and tap in whatever you want. I haven't done that. Now I'm not going to do it here because I've already done it, okay? But I'll show you how to get about putting either lettering like this or a picture in your main toolbar so that you can just click on it and it will do it for you. Okay, so if you don't know how to do that, watch us carefully. Find a space in your main toolbar, right click. Okay, now you want to come down to customize toolbar. So left click on that, and here we have our toolbar. Now you would press add. I'm not going to do that because I've already got it up there, but you would left click on add and then you would come to where it says the script that you want, which is this one here. Okay, then you press select, left click on select. Then if you scroll down it will come up here, and then from there you can go to icons and you can put in either lettering or a picture like I've done here, and once you've done that and you're happy it will show up, and then you press apply and okay. That is your action set up on your toolbar. So that's how you go about doing it. So the first option is to do this. We come on to the MIDI clip itself, the MIDI item. Left click on it, not on the track, on the MIDI item. Left click on it, then right click. And go to item processing, scroll across, and then down to explode MIDI item by note row pitch. We'll left click on that, and that's what happens. Okay, so it's taken the MIDI from there and put them all on their own channel. The reason why we need this script here is because there's nothing on these tracks, and so if we were to play, this is muted, and if we were to play and mute this track as well like that, then we would hear nothing. We'll play it first through and see what we've got. Now you can hear the sound, and also you could see the MIDI triggering in these channels here. But like I said, we need to get the plugin, so we'll press on that, we'll get the plugin up, Kontakt, and now we're going to left click on the first track, move down to the last track, shift click, shift left click, like that, and then we're going to go up to our script here and left click on it, and there you go. The plugin is on all of those tracks now. Now, as you can see, Studio Drummer is not on there like it is on the original, but don't worry. Get the double click on the session kit in this case, but it could be whichever one you're using. It has to be the same kit as the original, okay? But you see how quickly it comes up because it's already instantiated. It will come up quickly, so you don't have to wait very long. So we're just going to file through these quickly, get them all up, and this is the last one. And there we go, all done. So now what we can do, because these have all got plugin on them, if we want to bounce them out to audio now, we can, because they actually have the plugins on them. Before, you would have got nothing, it would just been blank lines because it's only got MIDI information. But now, if we right click, have them all selected, right click, freeze tracks, I'm going to choose render tracks to mono, okay, left click, and as you can see, it's bouncing them out to the tracks. So now, get rid of these MIDI tracks and remove. So now we've just got these. So let's listen to the performance. Right, let's name them. So let's go the first one here. That is a tom. Let's go to the next one. That's the kick. Hi-hats. And this will be the snare. So if I want to change the order, I'll always like the kick to be at the top, and then snare, hats in that order. And that's just me. You may be different. Right, now we've still got a little bit more to do. So if we come up here, come into the mixer section here, get rid of these tracks. So left click and then shift left click on these, right click and remove tracks. We need to get these to come into this bus here, okay, the samples bus. Left click, shift left click, select all of them. Then on the first one, shift left click and drag to the samples bus or whichever bus you're going to. You see that little 1/4 inch emblem there, yeah? That's what we want to see. And then we let go, and as you can see, samples bus, which is this one here, yeah, is receiving all these tracks. Okay, so we've got all our tracks going in there, and we can come out of that now. And now, if we play, that is how we go about bouncing out pretty quickly, okay? So that's one way of doing it. I will show you the next way now. If you're enjoying watching this video, please consider smashing that like button and subscribing to my channel so that I can keep on bringing this free content. Right, so this is an alternative way to bounce out MIDI to audio in Reaper. So what I'm going to do, I'll play through the sample. I've got a different drum sample going on here. Okay, so we know what's going on there. So we have this track, Studio Drummer, and I've come into the mixer section here. So what I'm going to do, simply, I'm just going to click solo on the kick drum, and I'm going to go over to the track where Studio Drummer is instantiated. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to come down to freeze tracks, and I'm going to click mono because being a kick, if it was overheads, I go stereo, but for kick, snare, hi-hat, things like that, I'll go mono. So left click on that, let it do its thing, and hey presto, we have a kick drum. Okay, so unmute that, come over to the snare, same thing, render it out. We now have a kick and a snare. Let's do the hats. Okay, if we want to raise that slightly, or even here. We'll finish off with the overheads, and the overheads I will do in stereo. So when we come to bounce it out, instead of picking mono tracks, we'll come down to stereo. And there you have it, another quick, easy way of bouncing out MIDI to audio. And then if we close this down, come into the mixer, we can see that they're in the mixer. And then if we want to get rid of these other tracks, including the one with Kontakt on it, so left click and then shift click on the final track, right click, remove tracks, come here, and now we will route these, left click and then shift click there, and then hover over routing, press shift and then left click and drag. And you see the little quarter-inch sign there. And there we go. We have receives from the samples bus here. So now when we play, you can adjust routing to, in my case, I wouldn't go to the audio bus, I'll go directly to the pre-master, so I'll take them out of here. But that is basically how you can set it up really quickly, an alternative way. So there's two ways for you there. I hope you found those useful, and let me know in the menu box below this video if you have your own way of doing it, and share that with us. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Sabs out.